Hello, everyone. We're back with Ken Dombrowski, executive life coach and master hypnotist. And in a couple of our videos, smoking has come up, and it's something that we discuss a little bit, but I think it needs to be expanded on because it is one of the most major things that we hear about in our office, that people want to quit smoking. And for us, we believe that there are two different kinds of smokers. That's going to be habitual and stress, and I think we should dive deeper into that. Today, specifically for this video, we should focus on habitual. So do you want to talk about habitual smokers?
Yeah. It really is. It's like everything else that we do. It's very nuanced. There are no cut and dry answers when it comes to what we do. I wish there were, but there just isn't. You have a habitual smoker, and then you have a person who's going to use smoking as a stress reliever or an emotional support system. Some other mechanism is going on there. That's not today's video. That's going to be another video. But still very, very important to understand the difference. If you are a habitual smoker, that's very simple. It's very easy to identify. A person who, I smoke every time I get in the car. While I'm driving, I smoke the whole time. I have people tell me they smoke more in their car than anywhere else. I've also had people tell me many times, hundreds of people, 1,000 people maybe, that tell me that I'll actually drive an extra couple of miles out of my way so I can get in one more cigarette. Because it's alone time, you're no one there to judge you, no one there to choke on your smoke kind of thing. And it just really becomes this habit of feeling good about just having a cigarette and not another care in the world at the moment. That's a habit. Another habit, we hear a lot, I smoke while I'm drinking coffee in the morning, or I smoke while I'm having cocktails, or I smoke after I eat. Some people, many people even, there's actually always ladies, don't think I've ever had a man yet, they only smoke in the evening after dinner when they're having a couple glasses of wine. That's it. 2, 3, 4 cigarettes in the evening. And that's their habit. So those are very clear type of examples of smoking as a habit. But every one of them has another possibility of turning into an emotional support system. So let's say someone is smoking while they're driving, but they're having this nervousness about it because they hate their job. And they're driving to their job, so they're going to chain smoke like crazy, getting to their job so they can get to a better mental state to deal with it. And then the same thing when they're driving home. Now they're going to smoke like crazy because they just had a crap day, another crap day at their crap job that they hate. So you see how what could also be identified as a habit is now also identified as an emotional support stress reliever. Same thing with that lady who has a four or five cigarettes with her wine at night. She could be just super busy all day long, working mom, has a full-time job, taking care of house and kids and everything, and her life is stacked up on her, and she's not feeling fulfilled, not feeling like she gets support or help from other people. So what started off as a habit for a couple glasses of wine and a few cigarettes, now again is something she has to do in order to de-stress from the day. And there you go. You see how very easily it can go from habit to emotional support? So if you're really looking more, if we look at this as a spectrum, on one end of the spectrum over here is going to be emotional support. The other end of the spectrum over here is strictly habit. Where do you lie in that spectrum? No one, and I can say this with certainty, no one is ever going to be 100% habitual smoker. There's always going to be an emotional stress relief to it, but it's just going to be not as important. So maybe there'll be a 95, 96% habitual smoker, but there's still going to be some emotional there. When it comes to emotional, now you can even look at far into the spectrum over there. They have all this emotional stress reliever, but it's still a habit. Their habit when they get stressed is to turn to cigarettes.
Right. That makes well. I think it's also very important because I do all of the calls, kind of placing people in the proper program depending on what kind of smoker they are, and so many people will tell me, because I ask, I'm like, have you ever quit? How long was the period? And they'll be like, yeah, it was this long. And I go, okay, what brought you back to smoking? And they give me a stressful reason. That is enough to make it, now you're a stress smoker. If you start smoking for a stress reason, pick it back up for a stress reason, we're not talking about habitual. The people who are talking to me on the phone and say, oh, I saw my girlfriend doing it and it just looked too good, you're still in the ballpark for habitual. But the second we start talking about stress being the reason to go back to it, it's a different ballgame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the great thing is, if it is more of a on the side of stress or habitual, we have a single session program that fits most people, and we can't guarantee results, unfortunately. But we guess somewhere around a 75% success rate with that program. So habit is going to be easier to break. However, when we start talking about emotional and stress for smoking, well, now we have to start eliminating the reasons within the subconscious that are causing it. And again, that's another video.
I would also like to clarify in this video, though, that we will not place you in the wrong program. If we do not believe that you're not a smoking cessation and you're not habitual, we will not do that for you. We are not expecting anybody to spend money on something that we believe, based on our experiences, will not suit you properly. So just a disclaimer there, we are going to take final say on which way you swing most of the time. So,
and it's heartbreaking, because we get folks who call and they really want to quit smoking, which we all know no one should be smoking.
Right.
But they want to quit smoking, and they're going to insist, oh no, I don't want to do some long program. I just want the smoking cessation, even though they've given us every reason to believe that there is more there than just habit. Mm-hmm. So then to hear the heartbreak in their voice when they feel, like we're not going to give them what they want. That rejection, yeah. But we're really doing it for their own good, because you want to think about, again, how the subconscious mind works. To go into a program for something as critical as quitting smoking, which is going to incredibly immediately improve your health and your longevity, and it's got all this emotional ties to it, and if it's unsuccessful, that person is going to feel worse about themselves. They're going to feel there's no hope for me. They can go into a depression. So it's not just because we want to put you into like a more expensive program or anything like that. We want to put you into what we feel is best for you, so we don't have a negative outcome.
Yeah, I agree completely. I mean, because that's the one thing we want to avoid, is someone failing with the program that they choose or we help them choose, because then that extra layer on top of already being stressed or already needing to quit for whatever reason, now you've failed at it.
Yeah.
And that's really something that we would like to avoid if we can help it.
Yeah. Well, that was a good topic, good question.
Yeah, I think very good topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would like to learn more and see which category you fit in, give us a call today. Bye.